Elementile, how's it going? Oh, no wonder my volume's so low on the mic. That's weird. We'll turn it up. We'll turn the mic up louder. And you know what? I think I'll bring it closer to my mouth. That way you guys can hear me better. All right. Mud, how's it going? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Tried to catch some of the stream last night. Looks like I'm a little hot now. Oh, the mic's way up on this side. Evidence of the dog jumping on the old deskaroonie, I think. Mayhaps. All right, so we're gonna get straight to work here. I'm a really late start. Been having some really bad nights of sleep, but good. I am at work and doing work and not napping. How are you? Man, work from home, huh? Future of the world, massive productivity gains, I'm sure. I'm of the opinion that if you have a stated thing that you do in your job and you do the thing and they're paying you to do the thing, how you do it, etc., doesn't really matter. If they're willing to say that having that thing done at the quality at which you do it at that price is acceptable, then it's acceptable. They can't, there has to be an agreement, and I'm sure that all management would agree, that they literally can't keep track of everything that you're doing. And if they did, it wouldn't be a conducive work environment, because that's not how human beings work. Jacob, how's it going? It's not like we're cranking, we're tightening bolts in a Charlie Chaplin flick that's literally a critique of that kind of labor. But if they want to make labor like that again, I guess they can. They seem to be giving that a good shot. I'm the kind of person where I did so many random things whenever they asked, I'd just keep going around doing stuff. Yeah. I just automated. I was constantly automating at my jobs. It's like, oh, you're gonna automate yourself out of a job, and it's like, No. I don't think you realize what that means, but I get to maintain Excel workbooks in Visual Basic code. Oh, Visual Basic. Oh my god. I am sorry ahead of time. Remove timer from Zen mode. Okay, so here we go. Zen mode needs no timer. Here's where we're at. We have the game. See how fast that was? No load. Zero load. Straight to the game. Doesn't seem like much, but I think it's a good thing. So we've got some animation glitches and stuff. We want to reward ourselves with that. We have the escape menu here. Let's get exit to menu going, because right now, oh, it does work. Still brings up the menu though. So let's look at that code really quick. So that's in UI, and this is when we press the exits to main menu, and we say UI control. So we're gonna say pause. The tree is going to be false. And pause control visible is also going to be false. Let's try pausing again. We're paused. Let's do mid-rotation pause. Mid-rotation pause. Okay. And exit to menu. Hey, the game's still going. So that's a problem. It's not enough, right? We have to actually stop the game from playing. I hope you're doing good, Jacob. I've increased the mouth noises to 20%. I hope that's all right. I'm going hard on them. Remove timer from Zen mode. Still haven't done that, but we have. We're still not 100% done on pause menu. Exit pause menu. We'll say pause menu first pass. This is what I always call it, first pass. That we have done. Exit pause menu. Here we'll call that. See, this is the other thing is, oh, we need to do checklists. We need to see how much work you're doing. You know what you do when they start doing that? You start subdividing the task into mini tasks, and then check. And then suddenly it looks like you're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Have you had your morning scrum meeting yet? We stood for an hour and spoke for 30 seconds. I was not privy to that world, thankfully, when I was in that stuff. That was not a thing. The closest we ever got was, because when was all that shit? That shit's a relatively new invention, right? When did this first come? History. 1986. The Manifesto for Agile Software Development in 2001. And then a public document in 2009 called the Scrum Guide. A Scrum team is organized into at least 3 categories of individuals: the product owner, developers, and the Scrum Master. The product owner liaises with stakeholders. This is consultant bullshit. Because it's designed... I'm guessing that consultants come in as a Scrum Master, right? When they start to implement this shit. But it's not real Scrum. Developers in a Scrum team organize the work by themselves with the facilitation of a Scrum Master. Has been doing this for the last 20 years. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Fenton! Is that why I have to reboot my smart TV like once a week? Because of Scrum? Is that it? Yes. All right. Good to know. Oh, my TV is slow. My TV is slow. I guess I need to restart it. My television. He's going to do the TV rant, guys. Here it comes. Everyone get some popcorn. The TV rant is coming. Oh, restart the TV. You mean turn it on and off again? No. No. That's not restarting it. That's putting the computer to sleep. That's probably contributing to the leaks that require me to restart the TV. No. To restart the TV, I have to press the menu button. Then I have to press left. Then I have to press down 3 times. Then, and this is all through infrared, super slow and laggy. Then I have to press enter to get into a special settings menu. Then, because I know the tricks to get there quicker, I have to press down again 3 times. Then I press enter again. Then I press down 3 times, and I press enter. Then I press left and enter to confirm. Then I wait 2 minutes for the TV to reboot. It's great. It's so cool. Shit, man. Something happened between TiVo and where we are now. TiVo was like, probably we were at some sort of peak and didn't know it yet. In terms of like producing, you know, I mean, they were probably rolling out updates and stuff over the cable line through TiVo, right? There's a secret button I can press on the side of the TV, Jacob, but then it creates the most ear-piercing clicking sound I've ever heard. It is the loudest snap you'll ever hear for some reason. The entire TV makes this hugely loud pop, like crazy loud snap sound. So that can't be good. I don't think that sounds probably a good thing. It sounds like when something shorts, frankly. But that's not what's happening, I guess. So I don't do that because it kind of scares me, frankly. So tonight, we're going to play Mario Kart. Mario Kart. I'm going to go through the entire history of the Mario Kart games on the stream. Whenever I play video game, it will be Mario Kart. We're going to go through every CC and get gold, baby. That's the plan. We're also going to have a mini game. Did you guys ever go to the fair and there was the horses and you would have the roller and you would roll the ball and get it into the little holes and then the more points would make your horse go further? Did you guys ever do that? So I'm going to make a little racing mini game with little carts. It'll be on the screen. You guys can play whenever. Skee ball. Yeah, it was skee ball, but it was like horses. And if every point you got, the horse would go. So skee ball, but with racing, little racing dudes. Code, how are you doing? Anyways, let's get back to work. Yeah, okay. Sounds familiar. Mom sounds familiar, but that was some tell her I said hi. Oh. All right, we gotta reset the game mode when we do the when we exit the menu. So we have set mode, start menu. UI start. So we already have a mode to go back to start menu. Game set mode, start menu. So, start menu. Okay, so we're not actually resetting the puzzle state. So we have to stop all the fun that the game is having. So how do we do that? How do we do that? I think we should flush out Because look at what we did. We got a match going, and then it was just like, oh, we're still getting matches, even though we went back to the menu. Watch what I'm talking about. Back to the menu. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we're gonna have to fix that. Calvin went in his uh-oh, he's scratching his ear. I think the ear scratching is a psychological thing. And I think I might have discovered like the majority of where it's coming from. Come here, Cal. Give me some love. Give me some love. Come here. Let me pet you. Come here. I want to pet you. No? Alright. Weirdo. Shout out Machine Handle Pull Out from Pogorlia. I missed it. Shout out. We're gonna shout out. We can shout out Code Wonderland. Oh God Almighty, it's loud. Code Wonderland's here. Do a shout out. Shout out. I believe I played there we go, Code Wonderland. A dreamin'. Match total, blah, 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 blah. So what if we're in the middle of like tweening and all that kind of stuff? You know, we could have a base like game is active check on any of these functions that we have here, you know? Like, we could say, if game some shit. If game some shit. No, frankly, we've just got to clear the state of everything. Now, what we could do, we could just have a clear function, some sort of clear function. We probably need to do that because we're going to do it on more than one thing. So let's clear game. Reset. We'll call it reset game. Reset. Void. Tell me only the good things about your mother. You don't want to know about my mom? Jesus Christ! Ridley Scott, what did your mom do to you? All right. Puzzle action. Puzzle action. Time to clear this. Time to clean this SOB up. Sure, why not? Let's take up more lines of code for this. That's good. Always a wild ride coming in the cricket stream. I'm gonna give these guys a great show. I'm gonna give these guys an amazing show. That's what I say. I look in the mirror and I'm combing the hair back, parting it, putting in the mousse, strategically messing it up so it looks like I just woke up and don't care how I look. You know, typical high schooler mentality. It's showtime. Go like this. Nose hair. Right. Give a little kiss to the mirror. And then I and then I start the stream. One thing though about streaming is I gotta brush my teeth because I feel like I'm talking to somebody in real life, and I just have to have clean breath. Like I have to have just brushed my teeth before I hit go. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if anyone else has that when they're streaming, but I do have to feel like I'm going out. I have to feel like at any moment, like I'm literally outside talking to somebody. Is that, does anyone else feel that way when they stream? Okay, so we're gonna, so board, blah, 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 reset. Let's, here's what we're gonna do for the reset. We're going to go through here, and we're going to go like this. Whoocha! We're going to copy literally every single value that we have here. Whoocha! Just like, what's his name from Cars? Ka-chow! What's that guy's name? Can we find in highlighted? No, because that would actually be useful. Ka-chow! Puzzle action state. None. Ka-chow! That SNL skit with what's his name, the guy who does Ka-chow's voice, is pretty funny. Ka-chow! Where they're having him like record lines for the new Cars movie. And we don't need to reset the piece pool. And it's like, it's pretty normal at first, and then it's like, I wasn't alone with that little girl. And he's like, what's this film about? Like, what? They're like, no, it's fine. No, you're gonna be in the next movie, we promise. I'm innocent, I swear. He's like, wait a minute, what is this? Lightning McQueen, that's who it was. Prepared for screen smell technology even before it's developed. Exactly. Rotating. We're going to say false. Highlighting is going to be an empty array. We're just going to clear everything. Because Lord knows... Won't somebody buy me a Mercedes Benz? All right, score. Put this to 0. So, what is some sort of pattern, or what's the approach here, guys? Let me ask you guys. So I add a new variable here. How do I remember that, oh yeah, that's right, I've got to clear this son of a bitch here? Now, is there some sort of Florby blurb thing? The Florby blurb. Ah. Imagine all the streamers. Breaths can't all be good. You may say I'm a stinker. Anyone else find that song a little creepy? Like, does it freak anyone else out? Like, if you actually think about what it's saying. But I like that song. It's a good song. But it does kind of creep me out. It's also, it reminds me of Happy Birthday, where it feels the melody and the words and everything feel defeatist, like that there's not really any belief behind the words. And so it reminds me of Happy Birthday, because Happy Birthday sounds like a eulogy. Happy Birthday sounds like something you sing when someone's dead and you're at their funeral. Happy birthday to you. He's gone so soon. Happy birthday to you. It really is like, it's like it's not a keychain. It needs an entire, what do you call it? Like, it's in the wrong, maybe it is in the wrong key. I don't know. Somebody needs to write that song, the happy birthday song, but happy. How about that? There's a revolutionary idea. Whoever wrote happy birthday really failed. Like, it's almost like whoever wrote that song, somebody forgot their birthday. And they were so fucking pissed. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to write a song for myself. And it's tainted with sadness. They're like, Happy Death Day, kind of a morbid thought. Isn't that a movie? That sounds like a A20 movie or whatever. What is that? A12 or whatever that. I never thought it was creepy, but Lennon was nuts by the time he wrote it. A little too much LSD. Probably took some of the wrong. Probably fried the wrong synapses. Yeah. You are getting closer to death, so yeah. Drugs and fame, yeah. Was it Sir? Did I get it wrong? Sirhan's the guy who shot Lennon. Who's the guy who shot RFK Jr.'s dad, Robert Kennedy? Was that Sirhan? I can't remember. Mode, start menu. That's a little weird, right? Oh, that's... Oh, okay. So we don't need this shit. Stat scenes, we don't need this shit. And we don't need this shit. Okay, so that's our reset. We're all going to die someday. 'Tis true. I mean, it's kind of existence. I've always been puzzled by existence since a young age. The fact that there's anything is very odd and strange to me. Something from nothing. Is it a real theory that that it's possible that this, like, the universe is the ejection of matter from a black hole? Is that like a running theory? Because it kind of makes sense. It explains a few things about some oddities about the Big Bang, as far as the scale and everything. Something from nothing. How lucky we are that we exist and that anything exists at all. How lucky we are. I do feel like the bigger than me. I think it's a little foolish to, if there's a grand creator, to somehow imply importance to us alone when there's this great big universe, and that somehow we're the significant portion of it. I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit of projection. If I'm to be honest, it feels like projection. Too philosophical. I'll stop with the philosophy. This is my philosophy. Ben Folds. She would listen to some Ben Folds. I was never a big Ben Folds fan when Ben Folds was a thing. I was not. I will admit, though, the idea of ceasing to exist and not knowing you don't exist anymore because you don't exist is a little bit of a terrifying proposition occasionally. And in some ways it's comforting. It depends on the mood. I do feel like, of all the ideas of afterlife, reincarnation kind of makes the most sense. That I feel like if you do live forever, that some sort of reset button on memory is kind of an important feature. If there was something like that. That living forever, that here's why I hope that heaven doesn't exist the way that we perceive it. All right. So you live your life, and there's a bunch of regrets and stuff. Inevitably, there's going to be things that you loved and people you loved and all that stuff. There's going to be things you regret and all that. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me when we die, that time that we had on Earth was pretty much it, and then we get to live for the rest of our lives, like, kind of stuck with what we did then. Seems a little... It almost seems like hell. But here's what I'll say to any of you guys listening. I'm not, obviously none of us really know, right? But I'm not, if anybody can have their beliefs here in this house, okay? In this stream, it's cool. And in real life, if I knew you, it'd still be cool. Yeah, I love you guys anyway. So long as that belief of the afterlife does not become action in the real life, of which violence and so on take root. So long as we can agree on that, yeah, we're cool. Everything's cool, dude. Skimner, what's up? But I think we're seeing kind of like war on X. Anytime there's a war on X, it's generally bad. And I think the term here that we're learning recently in the past couple, like, decade is if it saves just one X, whatever, solve for X, if it saves just one X, is also not good. Generally not a good thing. The war on everything. Really, it seems to propagate more of it. It's almost like if you build a bureaucracy around stopping something, you actually propagate it. It's weird how that happens. See, but for me, I was a little careless, and I was more careless and carefree until I lost religion. And then it was like, oh my god, I have to be careful. This is all we have. Actually, it became more moralistic once, unfortunately, once everything sort of broke for me. I think, religion, sure, organized religion, I have a real problem with. Basically, anytime there's a center of power, I have a lot of problem with you people. But no, I mean, there's a lot of some of the best I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of good and bad, It's real easy to take, oh, this person is a ex, Christian, whatever it is, and say, well, they're all like that. That's also a very foolish position to take. I think Kant can answer some of those questions, CS. I think answering the question of what to do when you're faced with nihilism is a good thing to face. I think everyone finds their own meaning. Otherwise, there would only be one religion. So I think even if you don't find one, and you don't find a belief like that, you're still searching for something. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've met a lot of good heathens. And I've met a lot of bad believers. I think one of the worst things about having a belief like that can be, well, God is on my side, is another one that's a very dangerous and foolish position to take. Too bad if one religion, imagine all the wars that would never happen. Oh, we would find a way. I think it would just move the goalpost somewhere. I mean, we're real good at delineating people by skin color, so that'll never change. You'd look different than me. We're real good at that one. So that's another one that we're really, really capable of propagating. Although I do believe that a lot of that is taught. But even as children, it's we do it with class a lot, right? We do it with class a lot. You can look at someone's shoes. It's easy to judge someone. You just look at their shoes, right? You look at their cars. You look at their clothes. Are the clothes stained? Do they look tattered and worn? The behind their eyes, are their eyes more recessed? They have deeper bags. That's usually a class signal right there, right? So we can discriminate in any number of ways. I don't think that's and I think we do it all the time. I think people do it all the time, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, those are plain observations. I'm talking more about naming a group based on something and then attributing attributes to the said group. That's taught. But yeah, children will just outright point out things like, you know. Yeah. That's all taught. Okay, so we have reset. So reset is actually going to be, you know what, it can be private. And now when we change go to the start menu, we fire off reset. So let's see what happens when we do this. Let's just run the game. We need someone of differences, assign it to that group. Learn, maybe. 100%. I think, I personally believe that, do I dare say... Okay, so then we exit to menu. So yeah, see, this is a puzzle action. Check matches. Set puzzle state, fired. So we do need some sort of flag to say the game is or is not running anymore. We could have some fancy like animation or something. No, I think some of that stuff is medieval thinking. When it comes to a lot of things about like like unchangeable attributes of human beings, and then associating said attribute with the entire like person. I think it now, to say that like somebody can't exhibit warning signs that they are dangerous, like reaching in their pocket as they approach you or something, that's an obvious tell that they're maybe up to no good, right? So that's a little different. Yeah, no, it's we're definitely yeah, no, we're definitely at a different, like, we are in a, I think that language and all of that stuff, it can all go away. We can lose all of this, what we have. Because a lot of what we have is delivered through mimetic, like, signals. And we can easily reset the clock. By destroying what we have so deeply that those things don't carry forward. It's totally possible. I mean, if a kid can be raised in the woods by a wolf and they can't ever be, you know, after a certain age, they can't, like, language acquisition and everything is basically impossible. There are certain synaptical connections that have to be made at childhood in order for what we are right now to continue to go forward. I 100% believe that. So none of this is like some great thing that this is we are so lucky to have so many years of evolution and the continuation of language and writing. More recently, writing particularly is a huge advancement, right? these things to carry on memory and thought long after we are gone are critical to where we are right now as a successful, like whatever we look at as what we have is all a result of that chain happening for a very long time. And I think we could easily break that chain if we're not careful. What's really crazy is to imagine that it might have already happened once. I've always thought about the writing technology aspect, but the language thing I never thought about. Yeah, language is key. Language is like one of the biggest things. It's yeah. But certainly the written word is extremely important. Being able to, I mean, think of that as a technological advancement. Think about how the Egyptians. I don't know. It's fascinating. They actually tried to create a writing class, so that there was a group of people that could read and write and no one else, because they thought it so, like, it's not written why they did that, but you could presume that they thought it being so precious and important and also this amazing technology that they wanted to keep the hands out of, like, the plebs or whatever. They certainly tried to control that. Same, and then, you had the printing press kind of had the same revolution. Then you had the same thing with radio. Then you had the same thing with television. And we're going through the same thing right now with internet. And certainly the same thing again with AI will happen. It's interesting. Yeah. But the idea that this will carry on forever is very... We are always one generation away from total reset, just like I'm doing here. Very possible. Set puzzle state. So do we have a puzzle state, puzzle action state, puzzle last state? But then we're calling set puzzle state. So this happens. This is the result of a tween. This is why I am becoming not a fan of signals and, like, delayed messaging or whatever that hell that's called. I used to think about this a lot. Well, I always wonder about, like, with language, for instance, you have, gender is built into language in certain languages, like Latin languages. So things are gendered, right? So that shapes thought. And then Japanese is sentence structure is outwards, inwards. So you look at the world as a whole when you build a sentence, and then it focuses in on yourself. English is me out. So it's self-centered. And so I always wonder about language shaping thought. That if you can only think in your language, and your language is structured in such a way, it's kind of what Orwell wrote about it a lot in 1984. Newspeak, one of the premises of that was, if you cannot say the word for freedom, if you do not know if you cannot express rebellion in language, is that a way to control people? Can you actually shape thought such with words and language so that you can actually express the idea of a rebellion or the idea of freedom or whatever, right? And I think certainly that's possible. There's entire words and phrases and name, like Schadenfreude and there's like these things that you can say in languages that just there's no way to say them in other languages. Counting, some languages, counting is like a whole problem. French, what the fuck did they do with numbers, guys? What's going on there? How do you screw that up? What did you do? What did you do to my sweet numbers? Haven't you heard of the decimal? What? Propagations of different forms of communication. I remember specifically how I thought it was much easier to learn physics when I could simulate them on a computer. The, you mean the comma? Base 10, god damn it. But most languages, I do think this is interesting too. It is interesting that a lot of languages struggle with numbers between, like, there's a lot of repetition from 1 to 10. And then when you get from 10 to 20, it's all just fucking weird. And then you get to around 20, and it's like, okay, now we can start repeating ourselves. It is weird, though. Like, did we think so small in numbers for so long that was the... Or did we not have names for... I don't know. It's really interesting. I think... This is nice. Why America said screw metric. Yeah. I think it might be that it was... I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason in Latin. The answer is probably in Latin for a lot of that. I'm guessing it has something to do with a calendar system of some sort. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what went wrong with the whole adoption of the metric system. I think the Americans. I think we're very good at just sticking it to people. Just saying, you know what? Fuck you. We're not doing that. Okay, so we're gonna say active. Wasn't the magic number 13? Was it 13 months was the magic number? If we got to 13 months, then the calendar system actually sort of like clicks together and makes sense. 13 months with 30 days or something like that. And then suddenly it's like we don't have to do a lot of adjustments all the time. And we should fix it. Yeah. No more leap years. Something like that, right? $13 28-day months or something like that. Yeah. And sometimes 29. God damn it! We need a better system. We're almost there. Okay, so we're gonna say if we're not active, false, or return. So we just don't do shit. Return. And then reset. Try it again. Ah! Where did my homies go? If we just do puzzle action new, then we don't need... But I do think, I think it's hard for people right now, specifically, to interact with folks that they disagree with. I think we're definitely reaching a I don't know. You know, I think this is not anything new, but it does seem like, I don't know if it's just growing up, or it doesn't seem like and maybe this is just being young, but it was like I didn't care so much about what my friends, like if we agreed on everything. We weren't even talking about stuff to disagree on, except for like mundane, you know, cultural things. Yeah. See, we can't set puzzle state. So this doesn't actually do what we want. Because we're... Okay, I see. Dude, guys. I am Tootston out the butt. I'm a Tootston machine right now. Sorry about that. Thank God there isn't smell-o-vision right now. I don't think politics tried to be so divisive before, pitting everyone against everyone. Yeah, you can see it in the media. I compare televised debates in the 60s to today. This is true. Man, if Republicans watched George Bush Jr. in the debates, man, the stuff he was saying about immigration, they'd lose their minds. They'd be like, it'd be really funny. And then vice versa. It is interesting how the left-right thing is really this kind of, it's always, you know, progressive always means this, and conservative always means this. And it's like, no, it really doesn't. It changes. You brush your teeth for smell and then you fart. I would do that in your company anytime, Jacob. I would let you know. I would issue a red alert. It has changed so much over the years, yeah. But it really hasn't either. There's no disagreement about the use of force to control what other people do and with their lives. The disagreement is where to apply that force. That's the debate between the left and the right, in my opinion. And right now, the use of force is extremely high. So really, it's left-right authoritarian, which is never a good look for either party or either, like, side of the aisle. But I don't know. I respect. Here's what I respect more out of somebody, if I know them in real life, is if they do have something that they say they believe, that they are consistent in those values, that they apply that belief in whatever it is that they're like. That's character. I feel like that's more important, because then you can build trust, because you know they have character, and you know that when they say a certain thing, you can believe them. I think that's important. And yeah. Now, for me, if you knew me in real life and I said I was going to like do XYZ and it involved yard work, maybe. Maybe that's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to mow the lawn today. Kind of depends on the weather. Oh shit, the sprinklers were going, the grass is wet, never mind. You sure about that? Oh man, I got a corner of my yard. It was overgrown. And I saw my neighbor's kid cleaning it up yesterday. He's like coming over with the weed whacker. We should have a "you sure about that"? We need that as a redeem. We need that as an audio redeem, Jacob. Shit. I gotta download that now. You sure about that? We need to download every version of it, though. Are you sure about that? So, of course I turn it into work, but in order for me to be able to do... Can I show you the setup? Can I show you guys the setup? Let me show you guys the setup. Give me just a second. We're going to get the setup going. Let me show you the streaming setup. Hang on a second. I got to go grab something. Okay. So here we go. Here's the setup. This is what we're gonna see. Is it playing? Are you guys hearing the music right now? So the only problem with this, setup is that I can't hear anything. So I have to figure out, I gotta pipe, I don't know, I have to like loop back the audio so that I can hear the damn thing. So I gotta figure that part out. Otherwise I've got to put it out on like the I think what I'll do is I'll plug my headphone into the television audio out. But there's some problems with that because then I won't hear the chat. So I think I'm gonna get an audio splitter and then split the audio, like merge it together so I can hear everything. But anyways, so that's coming. That's coming. I'll be doing that at night. I am going to be, of course, turning it into work because I can't not do that. So we're gonna build a, like I said, a skee ball. So basically, it'll be like exclamation point race, right? And then it'll be that'll start the race, and then you can exclamation point join, right? So you join the race, and then there'll be some sort of timer. Just be like, okay, the race is going to start once we have more than two people, more than one person join. Every time someone joins, maybe the timer resets or something like that. But anyways, the timer counts down, the race starts, and then you're just going to be exclamation point roll and or whatever, exclamation point drive or some shit like that. And it's just going to randomly roll a number for you. And then whatever the result is, that's how far your car will like kind of pull ahead in the lead or move up the thing. And then whoever like sort of whoever gets to the finish line first wins. So I think that'll be fun. So it's still an RNG thing, but it is about spamming. Like, how much can you spam? And there will be some sort of timeout thing. But anyways, I think that'll be fun. So faster keyboard smasher wins. So the real problem is that if you use the same command in Twitch will just time you out. So it's almost like you need different types of roles or something that you can do. So there's like roll, and maybe we could integrate some kind of strategy to it. I don't know. But yeah, so somewhere in the corner, like up here or up here in the stream, there will be some sort of like, that's where the race is happening, so that yeah, roll one, roll two. But probably more like roll boost or roll turbo or roll gas, roll I don't know, stuff like that, so that you're kind of alternating between, like, you feel like you have some kind of input on what you're doing. Like, and maybe there would be some sort of strategy with that, but probably not with the first like pass on it. But because now I have the integration stuff and I've figured out how to embed, Godot in OBS via the browser without needing anything weird. It's super cool. So we'll be able to do that. The only thing I won't be able to do is in real time update the game and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of have to get it right and then deploy. Okay. Drop banana. Ooh, that would be cool. Pick up like power. Like maybe it could be like maybe you do have to actually pass the person. So you're also trying to go like turn left, turn right. And so maybe if you're in the front, you can try to cut the person off. We could do something like that. Maybe it's like only 3 lanes or something. That'd be kind of cool. So it'd be like exclamation point left, exclamation point roll, whatever. And then it would be like, and then you'd go and something like that. Maybe you could have like little wipeouts and stuff. Like if somebody turns into you, you both wipe out. And then somebody else could pass on the, you know, I don't know. Be cool. Audio out. Okay. So but what I could do also with the audio is I could do audio out from the TV into the soundboard. Right? Into the soundboard. Now I am getting a new microphone mic. I have a bunch of, thanks to your guys' support, I am going to probably, what do you guys feel like if I did get a green screen and it was just like a floating me? Would that be weird? How would we feel about that? Let me know. Because I'm thinking about getting a pull down green screen thing. And then I feel like you'll be able to see more of whatever is going on as well with something like that. But okay. So let's try it again. Pause. No sounds. It's a different board. No sounds. And it's a different board. Now, does the matching still work? Yes. That's a glitch. My daughter found that glitch, actually. Christ! Okay, so I think we are not connecting. This looks dope. Admittedly, this looks super cool. Look at how cool this looks. It's fun if you want to. It's just so expensive. I feel like it's too expensive. So I think what's happening here is something is not returning the board back to... And look at this. I can't actually highlight what is going on with the collisions. Let's see. Let's reload. It's just too expensive. It's like any ones that I find are in the hundreds. And that's a lot of money. I feel like you guys would want me to have a Steam game more than that. Okay. So we see part of the problem of why we can't highlight. My guess, too, is that... So logically, something is not, something is not... So we don't want to leave that there. Okay, so what is happening that would cause... Gotta get to work, I guess. Meeting soon. See ya. All right. See ya. See you later. Now, I had a green screen. I had a giant-ass green screen somewhere that I must have gotten rid of. Now, I'm wondering... So we have puzzle action state as none. Suggestion match, blah, 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 blah. Puzzle action state. Set puzzle state. Puzzle last action. So we're checking puzzle action state, and if it's any of these, then we do... So matches... Okay, so matches complete isn't firing. You can project anything you want on those. That's hot. That's some hot shit. Puzzle action noir. Puzzle action noir. Mode start. Countdown. Set puzzle action state noir. Mia. So, do we get to Mia? Yes, we do here. Do one rotation. Leave the game. Go to reset. Go back. Trying to assign an array to variable type array. Ooh. Ooh. Matches. Reset. Matches. So get matches returns just straight up array. So sometimes, so we're saying it's an array of an array here, which would look like that, I guess, but so we must be hitting this one at some point. Okay, so then we leave, reset. Now we come over here. We do that. No, and sometimes I'll be walking on a treadmill, so that wouldn't work. Also, this is just designed to this creates more problems because I would need even more lighting because I would cast such a shadow on it. It needs to be kind of a little bit away from me so I can have a light between. So me, light, green screen, and then there's no shadow on the green screen. It's way easier to key. Otherwise, I have to like fill myself with a bunch of light in order to not have any shadows behind me. But that's why I'm like, I don't know. It'll cost so much. But I feel like I did have a green screen matte. And you know, I might be able to get away with just buying like a green something, and that's not called a green screen, like a green sheet. But I could just possibly buy the green screen material and hang it myself, but that would be super trashy. I want to get one of the ones that's like a projector screen that you just pull down. Because then it could just go away real easy. It's not something that's on the ground that I have to like roll away or whatever. But we'll be okay. We'll figure it out. I appreciate looking out for it though. So we've got some sort of state weirdness going on here. So reset. Let's double check here. We're looking for. Okay, so we know reset's working. Where are all my breaks at? We need a break specifically on new. Okay. So we got a break on new. We do some sort of match. We exit the puzzle. Go to countdown. We're doing new again. And we're doing a bunch of stuff. We're adding the pieces. So we're setting the piece type. Let's go over to game. We're going to specifically look at idle should fire after all that. So we add all the pieces for each cell. Then we go to idle. Idle. We check if the board is solvable. Blah, blah, blah. And if it isn't solvable, we go to new. But it was, so we're fine. Some of this shouldn't... Okay, so... How's it going, Pugorli? So we know, like on match, let's look at what's happening with match. So we should have matches complete. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We have another potential vector to check here. It's this right here that should be firing that I don't think is. It isn't. Okay, so why is that? Oh, I see. Because we're doing board resource new. Do we have a like a reinitialize? I don't think we do. So if we do board resource new, we need to reconnect the signals. Otherwise, it all breaks. And lo and behold, board resource new. Now, I don't think we need a board resource new. I think we only need to do it once. So this should fix the problem. Let's see. Okay, exit. Do it again. Okay. I think we got it. That was a pesky little son of a bitch. That was a pesky little bug. All right. So we still have some problems on the leaving the game board and going back to the menu. We're still playing like the sound and all that stuff. But we can exit, come back, play a different board. Yeah, we're okay. No new connections, no having to recreate any connections. The signal connection is just there. Oh, that was a schlong connection, as we call it in the biz. Anytime you rotate to create a schlong shape, we should have some sort of schlong bonus. Mega schlong. 7-incher. All right. That's looking good. He's packing heat. House guests impressed. Oh my. Oh my. Ooh. All right. Oh, okay. He's losing his mind. Wait a second. Okay. So, the pause is looking good. Remove timer from Zen mode. Let's go ahead and work on that. I'm just going down the damn list. Now, once we have these modes locked in, this is it, guys. We're locking these modes in. And then we're just going to polish the shit. We're going to polish to hell. And we're going to... once we do all that, I think it probably is time to add the additional gameplay loops of like, oh, you matched many of these colors together, some bonus thing happens, some explosive piece occurs, or something like that. So we're going to want to do that. We also probably want to be able to rotate on the edges. Right now we can't do that. So there needs to be some sort of like, you did a match on the edge, that means something because you're going to end up with a piece in the void, right? So what does that mean? You have a piece in the void and you end up with a negative piece around the corner. We also were talking about some sort of potential, like maybe the board is shrinking and every time you're trying to push the board out to keep it full size. The board shape itself is not, we're not determined on that yet. So we don't have like this, the shape of this board is not fixed. It could be anything. So we really have to figure out what the hell we're doing with the actual board as well. So all right, I'm going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back. All right. Back again. Okay. Remove timer from Zen mode. I also notice seems like we're missing All right. Getting this in. Good. Okay. Getting some weird leftover adjustments that we have to make for some things here. We got a shout out machine handle pulled, yanked by Pagorli. Yanked it on the stream in front of everybody. Well, who's streaming right now? We could shout out. See, I feel bad shouting out people that are streaming because I feel like it's like, hey, raid me, bro. So instead of doing that, just raid me, bro. This is cool. People who watch me also watch these dudes that I've never heard of. We're gonna check them out. Well, shout out Conrad. I haven't actually gotten to catch any of Conrad's streams yet. Conrad. Great. How about you even when you're not streaming? Bum, 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 bum. Every move you make, every smile you fake, I'll be watching you. Bum, 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 bum. Web dev. Oh, you guys, why are you watching web dev? Huh. Full stack developer. What the fuck? I am a little disappointed, everybody. What? Am I the yin to your full stack developer yang? It says here, most of you guys watch these guys as well as me. And it's all web dev bullshit. What is going on here? This guy's giving some philosophy on having a good career right now. Jesus. How can you... Something's fishy here. That's more like it. I don't know. Some of these guys have a lot of followers. And the view count's not lining up. Something's fishy. Yeah, I don't want to watch web dev on Twitch. Seriously, that's the last thing you should be doing. Web devs make me puke. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. They can't estimate time. They can't estimate time. They can't deliver anything coherent. They have full access now to be able to create basically software in the browser. And they fuck that up. So I wouldn't trust them either, frankly. Except for We're Gonna Lose. We're Gonna Lose is cool. And anybody else here that does web development, but all the other ones. All web devs have bot viewers confirmed. Apparently they don't even do that. I don't know, something suspicious about it. Yeah, 25K followers, and you only have like... I'm not judging, but I have to say there's something fishy. If you've got almost 25K followers and you've... I don't know, guys. That's a little fishy. That's something fishy. Less than 100 views when you're live. Something's fishy. But what do I know? I mean, if I were to extrapolate... I don't know. That's weird. You sound judgy. It's instantly because of the web dev stuff. I'm instantly like, this is me. If this is me accidentally rating a web dev streamer. Oh, you're working on a new panel. Oh, yes. Oh, you gotta roll up a new apt or npm. Gotta run your npm command so you can find out if a number is odd with your function. Is odd function. I need to grab an npm package for that. There's no other way. They do make money. I do not doubt that. With their is odd, apt-get is odd. No, I'm just dubious if somebody's got that many followers. I don't know. Seems like you should have a bit more view count. So it's a little bit of a head scratcher there. However, we do know, and for instance, JD Does Dev got botted. Like, it was really weird. He was getting fake viewers. It wasn't him doing it, and it totally was screwing him up. So somebody paid one of those things in the chat where it's like, hey, pay for views or whatever. Somebody did that to his stream, but it wasn't him. And it fucked up it fucked everything up. He's also web dev, though. Uh-oh. No. I believe him because he was broken up about it. You can do that to people's YouTube as well. You can just destroy their view count with a few tricks. Which is like awful. I remember watching some video. I don't remember how it works, but oh, there's also like you can play someone's YouTube video in an ad. And that can really screw things up too. So they are now you're sponsoring stuff without even realizing it. Like you're opting in to be able to be used as a sponsor for a product or something in an ad. It's really weird. Okay. Lots of little gets. Lots of little gets and pushes and whatnot. I am being a little judgy, aren't I? I'm being a little judgy. A little judgy of web devs. Mostly judgy of you guys watching web devs. What's wrong with you? Heal! We need the world to heal. Please. Please stop. Stop! Not everything has to be JavaScript. I'm the enemy. I think the internet could use more voices counter to start a pipe. Dude, man, it's really bad right now with the AI shit. Where it's like, oh, I'm using... It's amazing how much productivity I have with, like, Versable AI. And they're like the CEO and founder of Versable AI. And they're like, oh, I can code so much. And it's just everybody's like, okay, show it. I can do the work of 30 people. Show it. How come you have 90 people working for you? Show it. It's like, bro, I don't believe you. I might have dealt, yeah, we all have done, this is like I did Inhale, you know? It's, we've all smoked the pipe of web development, and it can still pay the bills for some of us. I'm sure PHP, people shit on PHP. You know what the greatest trick is? If there is a majority shitting on something, that is what you should be learning. Like, it feels like if the common consensus of like loud Twitter or whatever is like, this language, bleh, it's like, okay, that's the one I should be learning. Because it's like the majority is just wrong. It's like, oh, yeah, PHP. It's like, oh, really? Fucking so much of the web's still running on that thing. You're telling me that's what I shouldn't learn? Okay. We should skate where the puck is going to be. Oh, you know where the puck is going to be? Oh, yeah. No, it used to be crap. No, it's fine now. I mean, especially, PHP with, damn it, what's it called? Laravel? That's a good combo. Although I will say Laravel has the Apple problem of just stop fucking changing. Like, Laravel just needs to stop changing. Stop! It's like, you stop changing so much. Just chill, bro. Like, you had it. Stop. But now even Laravel is getting, like, it's getting cloudified to a point where it's like, no, you're breaking it. You had something special and you lost it. But I don't know. I haven't checked out that stuff in a while. It's been a long time. It's been a while since I've dabbled in some PHP. What are we doing? I don't know. Web development is just like, you know what web development is? It's through the looking glass. It's down the rabbit hole. It is Wonderland. It is a world of nonsense and just constantly changing. Like, you don't know why you're getting in trouble until, like, it's just this like thing of just nothing makes sense, and it's just awful. I've only ever had to do small changes to PHP. Lots of Angular, C#, MVC. Yeah. I've always wondered what C# in web development would be like. Angular's the Google one, right? Or is that the Facebook one? Or Meta? Or is it who was the other player in that scene? Google. Okay, yeah. And Angular's like the React. It was like a big contender with React there for a while, right? It was like that was the choose your destiny. Don't mess it up. Yeah. Not too much different than JavaScript. It's like Java, right? It's like Java web development. Or at least we are doing Java, right, guys? Shout out to Bit Bionic. I'm sorry, Bit. How's it going, Second? I hope you're doing good. Second favorite? Probably going to be streaming again here soon. Let me do a shout out to Second. I got distracted from Pagorli's shout out handle thing. This whole thing was just me going down speaking of a rabbit hole. I did PHP from about 1998 to present day off and on, Zend and CodeIgniter. Wow, CodeIgniter. I remember yeah, if you liked CodeIgniter, I definitely recommend checking out Laravel if you haven't ever messed with it. Although I'm talking about 5 years ago, so God knows what it's become. But yeah, I did start using CodeIgniter in a project that I had a long time ago. I was using that for some stuff. I will stream again soon, yes. Next week. Excellent. It is similar to JavaScript with a web request. It's liberating not having to deal with CSS for the UI. So you can do... How does that work with C Sharp? Like, how are you doing the... I mean, I guess it's like anything, right? Yeah, stuff like C Sharp web stuff is getting some cool stuff. Can do server-side rendering. So you can render server-side. So what does that mean? You can use any library that does a GUI? Or does it have its own... This means it processes code in CS HTML files before converting to HTML, like PHP. Okay. So it's like an HTML file that you can then put in hooks for C# to run in. So like any templating thing, really. Where you can do conditionals, dynamic content, and the HTML doc server side. I see. I see. Can you serve it static, though? See, I don't know, guys. I feel like we do all this like weird, like we do all this like conditional dynamic bullshit to create ultimately a static page. It won't be raw HTML file now. Yeah. My setup was a static Unity project served in an S3 bucket that made calls to a web API. Yep. I'm a big believer in the old web. I generally work with internal portals, logins, etc. They'll all need conditional views. Yeah, but only part of it's conditional. So in theory, you could Ajaxify the dynamic part and keep everything else static. But it depends. If it's a portal, yeah, everything inside of it's going to be. But even that's not really dynamic, if you think about it. If it's querying, like, it depends on how the data is being presented. If there's a lot of filtering and searching and stuff on their end, then yeah, I can see that. But oftentimes, even that is still technically could be a flat, like, single like chunk of data from a SQL query that then generates the rest of it, right? And so even that query doesn't need to happen. So that was a big realization I had when I was doing web development. I'm like, wait a minute. All I need to know is when the data changes to change the stuff that we're serving. So everything on the website was static. and it would only change when the data changed on the server side. So when the server side data changed, it would go, all right, this is all invalidated cache, and then I would have something go through and recache it, and then if I didn't do that in time, when the person went to the web page, that triggered the new cache get. But yeah, that was like a revolutionary change and drastically, just basically, we were running on like decades old server hardware, and I was able to keep going with that by just constantly, like, having that limitation was hugely, it was a fun challenge to just keep using the old hardware. Like, how long can we keep using this old shit? And just coming up with like, okay, if we do this, if we do this, if we do this. I bet I could still run that fucking site on that hardware to this day. Don't waste server cycles on stuff the client can do. I believe the opposite. I believe, one, that the client shouldn't act like a server. It shouldn't have to do all the stuff the server does. One, from an environmental perspective, but the other thing too is the stuff isn't changing as much as we think it is, really. So, but yeah, I mean, querying, when the user is doing something that's equivalent to a query, then yeah. So like a search, right? A filter. But even that stuff, technically, depending on the load of the data, you can give them it all and then Ajaxify that interface, where they've actually pulled everything down, and it's really just like JavaScript that's manipulating the DOM to make it look like this bigger thing is actually happening. I don't know. I definitely just started to get a really different approach to that stuff. I just mean all the UI stuff. The HTML can be generated on the client and be backed from a really lightweight API. Yeah, I'm not I don't know. I'm just old school. I'm not a fan of the client doing all that heavy lifting. If the server can do it once, why have every single client do it? That's just it's like old school thinking, I guess. It's backward in my mind. It's backwards because it's like, it should be like that. Like, if one computer can do it once, why have every computer do it every time? Like, because the known is the server side, the unknown is the client side. So I don't know how much of that heavy lifting is slow performance for the client. Well, usually in these cases, you're rendering something bespoke because it is dependent on the data in the database. Right. When wouldn't it be, though? I guess that's what I don't understand about what's changing with web development. There seems to be this weird paradigm shift that I can't connect to. Anyways. Angular leans more in the direction of the Ajaxy stuff. Yeah. I used Ajax intentionally to improve SEO. So I would Ajaxify, like, I don't know, that's what I would call it, right? Anything, like, specifically, I would tailor the way that the website looked to Google and the search engines, and then deliver the things that we didn't want hitting SEO via an Ajax. And even then, it was real simple. It was dead simple, where I was injecting more HTML from another thing, and so that way it was just delivering the text and the information that we wanted for SEO reasons. And then for the end user's eyeballs, we would throw in all this extra. Like, there was a lot of boilerplate repeat language on this website that I worked on, and we were dealing with millions of pages. And I was like, if you want to improve the SEO, you got to get rid of this repeated text. And so I was like, let's pull it out, and then we'll inject it on the browser when it's loaded from the human. Server-side rendering is great for SEO since crawlers don't run JS usually. Yeah. Yeah, and you can also just set some rules for bots if they listen to them, where you'll be like, "Hey, don't touch this stuff," and then that's where you're grabbing everything from. So in theory, it's like, "Oh, I can't. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not going to do that." The scenario in my mind is a website with some customer-specific data for a website with like public leaderboard that might change daily or weekly. SSR might be better because you can cache. Well, you should be caching on both ends, right? So not only you got to be careful how you time your caches and everything, but you want to let. Dude, I was running web pages like I was on a 28K modem, and just like, how do I get this thing to run as fast as fucking possible? And I feel like that whole philosophy is just gone in web development now. But I would intentionally, in the browser, you can say, "Hey, act like you're on this speed." I was almost in the baud measurement. I was like, okay, how do I make this as fucking fast as possible? No cache. Like, how do I get the loads going as fast as possible? No cache. Okay, so we're cached. How do we? Yeah. I was more in the mindset when I was doing iOS stuff back in the iPhone 4 days. Yeah, I saw this YouTube video of this like tools website that's like incredibly fast, and everyone was shocked by it. And that was what everyone was talking about in those videos. That's the shit I was doing, was that kind of stuff. So it was very like old school thinking, I guess. Yeah, TinyPipe as much to do as possible, which you should presume everyone's on. I think that's the best safe presumption. It depends on scale, right? But when you're dealing with millions of like, for the sites that I was working on, it was literally like, let's see, let me do the math really quick. 300 hits times. Yeah, we were doing like 500,000 hits a day. Not too much. Not too much. Those were that was the human traffic, and then the bots would like eat up a lot more, almost. Like Google was constantly crawling. It was like never ending. But there's millions of unique pages and stuff on the site. That took a lot of convincing for my guys to be like, we got to cut the page count down. Like, we are doing things that should be like, we have to cut the page count down. If we do that, we can focus, like really hone in the SEO, and then the bots. It takes less time for Google to crawl the whole damn thing. So when we want something to change on their end, it'll happen quicker because the bot to go around the website, it takes way less time. But I'm sure that SEO, that was years ago. I'm sure that SEO is just like a totally different beast now. It's almost probably worthless to even. I mean, that's the one thing I tell people that are like, "Oh, I need a website." It's like, you don't. No one's going to go to it. When was the last time you went to a bespoke website for someone's XYZ? It's like, you just don't do that. Nobody does that. You're going to YouTube. You're going to Netflix. You're going to Twitter. You're going to, Facebook. Like, nobody's going anywhere on the web anymore. Like, who are you kidding? You go to pay your bill or some shit like that, and that's about it. Oh, I lost the lights. Or you have some SaaS nonsense that doesn't even need to technically be a website at all. There we go. Oh, it's super bright. But I know that's what I work on. Wait, that's me. That's me. SaaS. Yeah. We used to call that software. a program. It used to be called a program, and you would buy it once and download it to your computer and then use it until some bastard figured out, what if we trap it on a website and then they have to pay us a monthly sub per user that uses it, or based on their enterprise size or whatever. And then we can pay for consulting. They can pay for consulting. They can pay for training. They can pay for, it's an infinite money stream. It's, and their data is trapped with us, and they'll never have access to it. The only way they can ever access their data is by continuing to pay us. I'm a consultant. I love that the stream is tailored to me. That's me. That's me. Hey. It pays the bills, man. It pays the bills. Yeah, the whole model is engineered to... Well, you have the... I call them... They're parasitical websites, right? They don't want you to leave them. The last thing Google wants you to do is click on a search result. Except that for AdSense and all that shit, right? But like, even AdSense, is AdSense even really a thing anymore? I don't know. Google, like, Facebook doesn't want you to leave Facebook. Twitter doesn't want you to leave Twitter. I think the worst one is Reddit, because Reddit is like, you can't share your own stuff, but you can share someone else's work without credit and farm karma. That's totally fine. But are you self-promoting? Did you make this? No? Okay, you're cool. Go ahead and share it. Clip it. Crop the watermark. Go ahead and share. It's fine. It's fine. You're cool, bro. Did you make this? Well, fuck you. That's Reddit. Reddit in a nutshell. That's my opinion on Reddit. All right. Remove timer from Zen mode. I've been sitting at this for a long time and I keep finding little bugs. And this is like a 5-second thing. It'll do fine. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta, copy and paste it into an AI and post the output as original. Yeah, you just gotta farm a couple of fake accounts. No, somebody really ought to try and do a thing where people promote themselves, like that you can share something. And we used to do that. We used to encourage people to make things and celebrate that. I feel like, was that a thing? Did that ever exist? Yeah. So remove timer from Zen mode. So we have the mode timer and the combo timer. So our washing machine, our dishwasher is busted. They fixed it, and now it's incredibly loud. It sounds like someone's using a table saw when we wash dishes now, even though we bought this ultra quiet model for like a crazy markup. The guy that fixed it came and pressed a button to turn it on and then left. And he's like, it's working. And then I went to do dishes and it was like kunk 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 kunk. So it's like, oh shit. So it's frustrating to know the dude could have been there working on that. And now it's going to be a he said she said kind of thing where they're going to say, oh, it probably always sounded like that. But like, no. Is that what you call ultra quiet? You sure about that? You sure about that? And then our washing machine is leaking. So that just started last night. So now after I'm done streaming, I've got to... But that thing was dead silent. That dishwasher was like... It was like... Like you'd be in the kitchen and you're like, is it running? It's like super quiet. And now it's just like... It's like a fucking... what's the Simpsons episode with the little city? Of like... It's like the little prawns that like develop like a working... They go to like nuclear war with each other or some shit. It's just like... it's like this tiny like living city inside. There's clearly some construction going on. They're they're laying road or something. It's like a jackhammer. Okay, so mode timer. So now if we're in Zen mode... All right, let's try Zen mode. No timer. There's the combo timer, but there's no mode timer. Okay, good. Exit. Countdown. So we have a countdown timer. Exit. Keep alive. Uh-oh. Keep alive. Visible false. Okay. That's done. Bloop. Son of a bitch. Ah! I just have to go one up. So, as a kid, wasn't Super Mario Brothers 2 the coolest thing ever? I distinctly remember buying Super Mario Brothers 2 from a Thrifties with my dad. I remember the packaging. I remember it being behind some jewelry case thing, like the glass thing. That's the only video game that I can remember a parent buying for me that I was like present for. Well, no, there was one other one. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest and Bulls vs. Blazers. Fuck that game! Bulls vs. Blazers. Holy shit, that game was awful. Anybody else share the trauma of playing Bulls vs. Blazers? Fuck! You couldn't do anything in that way. Everything was a foul. God damn, why have a... That was EA, right? God, that was an awful game. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. Bulls versus Blazers and the NBA playoffs for the Super Nintendo. Let me see if I can bring up some clips here so we can all share the trauma together. Traumatic game injury. They should call it a traumatic game injury. He has a traumatic game injury. Let's see here. I was a Bulls fan as a kid only because at 7 or 8, the most exciting place I'd been was Chicago. Yeah, I was a Bulls fan until I almost got, like, shanked. And then, oh god, I remember this shitty ass, it didn't even say it's in the game. It had this shitty ass intro. Get ready, guys. Oh, God. This game is shit. Yeah, it's all shit. What? Yeah. It feels so skeezy, dude. It feels like the we have EA Sports at home. Here it is. The quality. See how quickly this guy gets a foul. Look at this shit. Oh my God. Oh, this was maddening. Yeah. He made a shot. What an amazing... It was like every 5 seconds, foul, foul. Never could get a shot in. This guy is already pissing me off watching this guy play this game. So, NBA Live 90... Was it 98? SNES? This was where it was at, man. This was like the game. Live 95 and Live 98. Those are the two I remember. Maybe it was Live 95, the one I remember. I don't remember this shit at all. It must have been Live 95. Let's see. This was so much better. Look at the speed. Look at this. Look at the animations. So much better. God. It actually was like a video game. This has like more than 2 frames. And all they're focused on is the arm animation. But that's all you're looking at. Because it's like, where's the ball? And the crowd was like interactive. It's good shit. I like NBA Jam because I could pretend I enjoyed sports, but there was also gymnastics and flips. Exactly. Exactly. Kind of like how I was like really into gymnastics during the Olympics. Yeah, Mom, I love gymnastics. It's not that I'm a hormonal teenager. It's because I love gymnastics. Exit game option. So we need some sort of confirmation for that. Keep alive timer increases when matches occur. So we have a Zen mode, and now we've got a working Zen mode because we can pause and leave the game, right? That was the big stopping point for us for Zen. So now we have a mode that goes on forever. And we can go back to the menu. Then we have countdown, and that's working. So this is like high score stuff for the within 5 minutes, and then keep alive is going to be the one that we need to work on. So this one Hibachi. Mmm. That's my go-to for my birthday, is to go get like teppanyaki and have all the ridiculous, like do shots with the teppanyaki guy and. Having. So when you stop a timer, does it clear the timer out? Do you guys know? Are you like our usual? Okay. All right, we're looking good. You order there once a month. Nice. We're gonna do a shout out to you know who I should be shouting out is Practical NPCs. Gonna launch this game for early access in a couple of days, and so that's a nice thing going on. And I only ordered today because if I dirty in any of the dishes, I'm gonna have to run the dishwasher, which makes me feel obligated to also unload the dishwasher. Future Greg doesn't want any of that. I like Future Greg. That's a problem for my nighttime roommate. What's your pig's name? Rufio? Bob? Tell Bob I said hi. Robert, California. So I feel like ours has become friends with a neighbor. And anytime I call him, if he's outside and I call for him, he's over at the yard on the fence side where the neighbor is, saying hi to them. Being all like, aren't I cute? Aren't I a cute little pug? Don't you want to take me home? I'll tear your fingers off. I'll tear the flesh off your fingers once I get home. That's what he should be saying to them, but he's like, oh, I'm super cute. I'm super cute. But once I'm alone with you, that skin is coming off the bone. T. Frankie, how's it going? Bob goes to the dog park and only pays attention to the humans. He's like, hey, guys. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, he's starting to chill out. We can kind of leave the two of them together, but Mr. Pig is like super aggressive and kind of mean to Cal. Yesterday he bit his ear and Cal like yelped, and then Calvin like came to me and like wrapped his arms around me and was like looking me in the face, and he's like he bit me. He's like he took things too far. So we're trying. So now we can implement the keep alive mode. Exit game option. Prompts for game close. Yeah, it was exactly that. It was exactly that. He was all just... He felt betrayed. It looked like he felt betrayed. He's like, I've always been so careful with you, and then you gnaw on my ears so much I yelp. But because they play really rough, and Calvin like puts his whole body in his mouth, and Mr. Pig is sopping wet by the end of it. But Calvin's not like biting him. He's more like just putting his whole... He's just kind of like... I don't know. It's just... He's a big dog, and that's how they play with each other. So, but Mr. Pig is like, come on, phew! and he's just like, and like scratching his face and everything. And if Calvin's not messing with him, Mr. Pig is trying to get him to mess with him. It's really weird. He is. He won't relax. He can't calm down. He like has infinite energy. It's infuriating. Oh, he's getting old. Timer increases when matches occur. So we do need the countdown timer and keep alive. Zen mode isn't 100% because we need there not to be a timer. So let's fix the timer code. Timer suggestion. Oh, that's the... Okay. Countdown, keep alive. Zen has no timer. Okay. These are fine. So the only thing we have to do is in Zen mode when there's a match. So how do we calculate how much time do we add back to the board? I mean, there's a combo timer of 6 seconds. So we could just add the combo time. Or is it countdown? It's only 5? Okay. Keep alive timer. Seconds and minutes. What is this? Must be a magic number. It's kind of a magic number. It's in here, isn't it? No? Where are we setting the damn combo timer time? Combo time. Combo mambo. Right here, it's an export. Dumbass. I feel embarrassed. Embarrassed. Let's make this a const. I kind of wish... Combo time. 5. Int. See, Frankie, that's most of my development process is me thinking about long-term ramifications. I'm like, what will this do? I like, for instance, I like the idea that, oh, I can have an enum or an export here that I can change the value on. But ultimately, like, I do need it to be something that's unchanging. And so it's like, it should be a constant then. This is that, but also 3% singing songs and doing voices. Yes, and then randomly talking about some cop video that he saw. It's most of the stream. Pretty much all of it. It'll happen naturally. Oh, just like before I start the stream, I like to watch people's rights get trampled on. And then it gets me all psyched up, but I'm like, let's stream. I've got like I have 3 YouTube accounts, and I keep them separated so they don't like they don't cross the sections of, you know how you watch like a video, you're like, oh, I need to change the doorknob of my door, and it's like, I'll watch a video on that, and then for like 8 years YouTube's like, you love doorknobs, here's everything you can do with a doorknob. It's like, I just for that one day, that's all I needed that for. So I have 3 different YouTube accounts to try and keep the suggestions rational. It doesn't always work, and eventually it's interesting how they sort of devolve into different groups of recommended things. But for some reason, this one YouTube account, no matter what I do, I clear it out, I delete my watch history, I don't have any liked videos, nothing. And it's all supposed to be video game YouTubers, like people making videos about video games. And it somehow becomes, here's a guy who was just walking down the street. Watch as he gets tased in 2 seconds after the cop asks for ID and he barely understands what he's being asked for. Watch how the cop realizes he's screwed up, lies to his superior officer, and he stays in jail for 7 days. Watch as he's charged with resisting and blah, 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 blah. You look different? Your mom looks different. That's what I say, Redstone. I don't know. Do I look different? Fridays, man. Friday is not a day to fuck with cops. The bad ones. Whatever. If it's a Friday and they've got to stick up their ass, you say how amazing and great they are and you polish that knob as good as you can. Because they'll just throw you in there and you'll be stuck all weekend. Totally agree. I'm actually thinking of creating a separate YouTube accounts for different video topics. My account is slowly going away from tech and video game, definitely to video. Bah, I can read. My account is slowly going from tech and video games to politics, and I hate that. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's one thing I absolutely don't have on my. I do not have like any political rabbit hole anything. Although I guess I don't know. It depends on how you feel about what I'm talking about. I guess it could be seen as political. I mean, it's definitely, God, even when it's like, I don't know. Okay. So we've almost separated the visual side of the game completely from the core game code, which is good. You can see here we have tweening on the pieces and all this stuff, but eventually what I'd like to be able to do, so move pieces should probably go over to the visualizer stuff, 100%. And same with most of what this is, and rotate most of that. I'm doing good, Red. How are you doing? It's a good different. Oh, you know what? You might not have been here until I recently changed the camera. So we're not on a wide angle lens. Like I had this super wide angle. I don't think it'll fit on this one. It would be fun to, what happens if I invert it? So there's a wide angle on there. Look at that. I'm like Steven Spielberg. Yeah, if I go wide. Yeah. I don't know why he sounds like Alec Guinness. Yeah, if we go wide. But that's a wide angle that was on the other camera. What happens if we invert it? Now we're zooming in. It's a skate video. We need some punk music. We can make our own skate video, guys. What it was? That's my punk, my punk music. I guess that's more ska. It's cricket's punk. We got an ad coming in 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I have to pay the bills. I think it's the camera then. Well, yeah. Glad you like it. It's a more modern camera. I was actually using before, guys. This was the camera that I was doing everything on. This is an old mini DV camera from ancient times. It used something called tape. You would put a tape in here, and it would record to this magnetic tape on it. So this is what you guys used to see me on. Was this thing? So that's how I have HD video from 2005. Cricket, respectfully, that is bonkers. Well, right now we're on a Canon. What the hell is it? I don't even know what this is. It's a Canon something. Canon something. Oh, if I flip it over. A Vivixia HF-G10. Vivixia HF-G10. Let's look it up. Vivixia HF-G10. Vivixia HF-G10. Canon Vivixia HF-G10. So this is what you're seeing me on now. Laugh all you want, you sons of bitches. This is the camera we're shooting with right now. This is it. Rather than spend money on the right tools for the job, might as well just use what I have. Yeah. We can do some cool stuff with it. You guys want to do some cool stuff with it? Let's do... Oh, we can fade out. We can do a wipe like Star Wars. Wah, 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 wah. We could do... Let's see, we've got some filtering. We can... let's see here. We can blow it out. So this is... Oh, I'm too close. Hang on, I gotta lower the... Now we're too bright. Hang on. Gotta lower the lighting a little bit. We can do a dreamlike quality. Ooh. We could do some cool... Now it's suddenly winter time. It also looks like it's night. Here we are in the 20s. Wow. I think the world's gonna turn for the better. You hear about that swinging new Nazi party? That's gonna be swell. Right, so that's I guess that would have been the 30s, right? Sepia. I hope everyone knows I was joking. Oh god, I might have taken things too far. Sepia. So this is let's do this for the rest of the stream. We should do that. Then we got old movies. That looks okay. That actually looks all right. Oh, it's flickering. It's doing some sort of flickering thing. What do we got here? Memory. So this is like, do you remember when that happened? And then we got dramatic black and white. So we can do some dramatic black and white. What else do we have? Cinema standard. That's what I've been using. But I like... Where's the swinging... This one's cool. Let's do this one. This was old footage we found of an alien encounter. That's one of my favorite Reddits to go to. The subreddits are the people that are all about like alien stuff. I love it. I love it. I'm not a believer or anything, but it's really fun to go there. Why is it so white here? What's that about? Became emo in the... That's what a believer would say. God, man. Some of these guys... It's like, that's... man, what happened for there was all those alien spaceships and then... in like the Jersey area or whatever, and suddenly there's no talk about it anymore. It's like, it's all these alien ships. I still remember the video of a guy flipping out about it, a news reporter, and he had video of it all, and they were all planes. They were silenced, obviously. He's like, I wasn't a believer before, but now I am. And it was all just planes. Now, hang on a second. So here's what we got to do. If we're going to have this, then we got to make the voice sound like it's from olden days. So hang on. No, to get rid of that. Oh, we want the other. Okay, put that one down.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Have you heard about this atomic power? No, it's gonna be great. I won't have to use coal for anything. It's a great future. Okay. Spock. Where's the, let's see here. What's this do? No? Oh. Whoa. Speaking of aliens. Yes. Reset. No. Yes. Position? Voice. What is this? Echo. What? No. Yes. Deborah, it is I. I have come for you. Here we go. This is it. We're working on code for a video game. Have you heard about this? The capacitor is going to do wonderful things. Soon, we'll have flying cars, automobiles in space. Be landing for a business trip on the moon in a day and return home in time for dinner. Yes, the future's going to be grand. Isn't that right, little Billy? Okay, we're working on a video game right now as we speak. When I was talking a mere 30 minutes ago about songs, silly voices, and cop videos, percentages, I had no idea we'd be getting all of them so immediately. Why, there's a copper right there. Look at his bronze badge he's wearing. I'm sure he's a good... I'm not a commie, I swear. Please stop. Well, we're working on video games. The future for all of us is bright. Keep alive timer will increase when matches occur. Excellent. Excellent. Now, the only thing that's missing from this stream, well, I'll tell you, is the swell swinging music of the 20s. Now, give me just a moment here, please. Now, recorded voice with video. This would have been, what, 30s? What do you guys think? Display capture. So we're going to go display capture here, filters, add. Give me a second here. We're going to color correct. Right. Color add. Hue shift. Excellent. Let's see. Let's find something with some real panache on the screen. See what we can do here. Can we overlay a color? Color key, crop enhance, chroma key. Scroll. There we go. Future's swell here in Cricket Town. This looks a little blown out, perhaps. Let's add some white to the video here. That's a little bit better. It's looking grand. What else do we have that we can show here? There's a code that we're working on right now. Let's see if we can increase the contrast a little bit. That's not too bad. Matches our current look and feel. As if we're from the future. Now we need some music, some swinging music to fit this. I heard there's a little bit of conflict in Poland. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Swell, real swell. All right. Here we are, working on code together. We need to increase the timer when there's a match for the Keep Alive mode. Let's go ahead and look at the code here. Now we're looking for... We have combo time here. I'm going to go ahead and take that number there. And we're going to add that number anytime there is a match. Let's see, clear pieces. We have an array of pieces to clear. If the combo continues, then we'll continue to add time. Anytime we're clearing pieces, perhaps. Clear pieces. Let's see here. Is this an assignable? Alright, let's see if this works. We're going to go ahead and add time left. Combo time. Wait a second. Plus equals. It's a read-only property. I'm sorry. Guys, what the fuck is that? Why does the engine get read-only properties? GDScript's like, no, you won't get read-only properties, but the API has access to those capabilities. Screw you. Okay. So... what do we do then? Do we do start? And we take the current time left, and we add to that? Alright, let's try that. We'll go ahead and say here, mode timer, start, time left plus combo time. Perhaps that'll work. Mixed use of tabs and spaces. We can't have that. Well, that would be like the birds and the bees, or some sort of old, disgusting food we used to eat back then, and some other thing happening at the same time. Mode time not declared in current scope. That's because it should be mode timer, dumbass. There we go. We got it. All right, let's see if this works. We're going to go ahead and play. Now, hang on now. This logic here is only for one thing, and that is if we are in a Keep Alive mode. So let's go ahead and check our current value for the mode, and only if that value is Keep Alive do we do this at all. So here we go. If mode current equals mode Keep Alive. There we go. Should be grand. Keep Alive. Here we go. Here, right there. Like this. Bye for now, it's dinner time. Nickname generator, I hope you're doing swell. Try and think about all the grand things we'll have in the future. Once we get off gold, all of our problems will be solved. I was just thinking how groovy and fantastic. Groovy's not really the right term. Maybe it is for you swinging folks out there, but for me, why, I like to keep things wholesome and clean on this stream. We're trying to add time to the timer so we can play forever. Swell. I don't know that this is going to work the way I was hoping. Bug here as well. This is when matches occur. This is correct. We have that going. It's like the olden days, you dumbass. Hang on, let me see if I can find a film grain. Can we have film scratches, transparent GIF? You guys think we can find something like that? Leave for 5 minutes and we've traveled to the olden times, says Jacob. It's true. We've fallen back to the past. It's a swell time. Rocks and sticks. See, I could take this to the limit, but I don't know that people would know I was joking. So... All right, we'll stop it. Nobody seems to like this. Fine. We'll go back to the old ways. You like that? Fine. Nobody wants any happiness in this world? I'll give you no happiness! I'm mixing two genres of music right now. Me love Unga Bunga. All right, we're back to every stream ever. Here we are. Nothing new, nothing different. Keep it the same. Oh, the voice. I gotta fix the voice. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. Give me a second. Whoa. There. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Almost there. Yep. That's it. Okay. Okay. Whoa. A little too much. A little too Raph. Yeah, it's Raph. A little too Raph. Okay. All right. I think we're done with these modes for now. I'm going to put these back on. This is Polish. So tomorrow we'll begin our work with polishing this up. And tonight, if you want to hang out tonight, we'll be playing, hopefully we'll be playing some Mario Kart. I'm going to try and build a fun little chat game for that. And I guess what I could do is I could get started on that right now, depending on what my wife is doing. Yes, I've got to end the stream, ladies and gentlemen. 10 of you out there, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for your support. It's kind of weird that but I love streaming. I love connecting with everybody here, and I just don't know. So many other people you can watch, so I appreciate you guys hanging out here. Let me see. We've got a lot of people streaming right now. So who are we gonna raid? Bardiki's going. What's Bardiki doing? Yeah. Looks like we got an Unreal Bro.
And
Oh, Conrad's gone. We could raid Conrad.
I have a 24-hour stream. Later I'll...
Let's raid Conrad. Always a pleasure to be here. Devro, thanks for hanging out. Alright, raid Conrad. Looks like they're working on something. Oh, it's just guessing engines for video games right now. All right. See you guys tonight, maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. All right. As soon as the button says I can raid out, I'm going to. See ya. Bye-bye. I still have to wait for the camp.
That's tragic.
Yeah.